Hey everyone, it's Jack again with Toy Dojo, and today we're taking a look at the Yes Model YM-05 Masterpiece Styled Thrust. Not sure if we want to call this a KO or a third party KO. It kind of is a KO, but not exactly of the Masterpiece Thrust. So, whatever you want to call it, KO or third party. But if you've seen my review on the Masterpiece Thrust, the official one, you know, there are a few things I didn't like about it. Mainly the way that the waist was real loose. And then also how the nose cone didn't plug in on the back at all. So they kind of fixed it on this one here. Well, I don't want to say they fixed it because they just copied something else, it seems like. But it's fixed on this one. So we'll take a look at that. We're going to compare the YM Yes model with the official Thrust. And kind of see what looks better, what doesn't look better. And then see, you know, which one you think works best for you. So, just like all the other Yes Model boxes, it's just a plain cardboard box. It says Yes Model, YM0, whatever on it. And then some writing that's not English right there on the top there. So, there's the box. Get the box out of the way. And pull in the figure, who is right here. And the figure itself, let me get in on this. Take this off here so we can not get such a glare. Comes in a clamshell, big clamshell box like the way the official Masterpiece ones do. So you see he comes with a lot of accessories there. Let's get them all out. So he comes with a Megatron gun, the figure itself, these two missiles, which come with any other Masterpiece Seeker. It's kind of like the ones that just come with them. Comes with the little holder. If I can get it out. Use this. Comes with a little holder that'll hold the Megatron Pistol underneath the gun, underneath the plane in plane mode. And then it comes with two pilots. And one of the pilots, which is this one right here, is the Dr. Archival pilot. You can see it right there. You can see his hair right there on the sides and out in the back there. And then the other one is just the generic pilot that actually just has like the pilot's mask. So the official pilot and the little Dr. Archival figure right there. Those come with it. And then it comes with a stand. Now, I said on the official Masterpiece one, I was kind of, you know, didn't care for the fact that they didn't include a stand. This one does. It doesn't say Thrust anywhere on there. But it does have a Decepticon logo right there, which is pretty cool. So there you go with that. And then on the bottom, it's got this, you know, this piece here that goes on either for plane or for robot mode, depending on how you put it on there. So that's included with it. So really neat stuff there. And that's not everything. Let's get this out of the way. The Megatron Pistol comes with, it looks just like the ones that came with the actual official MPs. The only difference is this one doesn't come with any of the Decepticon logos on there at all. So, but this still comes off on the top. This pops off right here. Exact same. This thing slides down like that. So like the exact same gun. Just no logo. So there's that. Then it comes with a bag of other items here. And let's pull these out so we can see what these all are. So first of all, it comes with these two here, which are meant to cover up the null rays in his plane mode. And I'll show you how those go on there. If you have the Masterpiece Ramjet, then you know how these work. So there's these two here. They pop apart and then they go and cover up the null rays. He comes with these two extra missiles, which are really neat. These are cool. I like these. I like these little, like, I guess directional fin deals here that help guide it. So that's cool. And they're a little sharp too, so kind of poke yourself. This is sharp too right there. So really neat. You can put these in place of the null ray if you wanted to in his robot mode, or stick them on his plane in plane mode. And then he comes with these little bombers that are similar to the ones that are on the official Masterpiece figure here. Black and then some silver paint. So those are cool too. And then he comes with these two, which are kneecaps. I just don't know how they go on in place of whatever else is on there now. So when we get into robot mode, I'll show you. But these are actually just the kneecaps that go on there. So there's those two right there. Then he comes with an alternative head right here. Now the head that comes on there has a different kind of a sculpt, and then it has it's silver instead of this white color here. So this one's okay. I do prefer the one on the Masterpiece instead of this one here, but this one's not too bad, I guess. Alright. And then lastly, it comes with a strip of Decepticon logos there. 4 large ones, a medium one, and 2 small ones, so you can put on your figure and make it look more official. So that's neat that they included those as well. Okay, bringing him in. Here he is. And I do like the jet mode. The wings are different. The body itself is just a secret mold, and then the wings are done differently. And so they're not like the official ones. The official ones are, well, we'll see when we bring it in a minute, but they're larger, whereas these are more, I guess, sleeker right here. So, yeah, there he is. He's the thrust. Let's see. So this is the part I was talking about as far as the kneecaps here. So those do go on, but I don't know how they go on. Like, I know this piece pops off. This whole section here will pop off, but I don't know how this piece goes on there. So if any of you out there know, please let me know. And, yeah, that's that. These do not rotate. On the official one, they do rotate, but these do not rotate on this one here. So it's kind of a bummer. Alright, so speaking of the official one, let's put him right here. And let's bring in the official guy, who is right here. So, looking at the two of them, you can see their differences. Get far back enough. One, mainly the color. Up here you can see this is black and maroon, and this one is just all maroon. So it's like if Hasbro made this, because we know Hasbro doesn't do a lot of paint apps. And it looks like Takara came along and just put all the paint apps on there. So obviously he's got all of his Decepticon logos, but like I said, you got those sheets. You can put them all on here if you wanted to. And then you can see the wing difference. Like I said, you can see the differences in the wings. How that wing is more of a square shape and this one's more curved right there. So these are smaller than these are here. But I think they both look alright in their own way. So there's that. Over on the bottom, I have his landing gear pulled out right here. But he's got similar landing gear. His landing gear up here, same thing. That opens up. This pops out like this. And these will just open up just like on the Seeker molds, the old Seeker molds. And sit just like that. So there we are. Just like there. And let's see. Differences. There's not a whole lot on the bottom, aside from his head is right here on the Yes model. That's his head. And on the Seeker one, or I'm sorry, on the official one, his head is up here somewhere. So, there's the difference there. Let me see, what else mainly? I mean, besides barring a few paint apps, there's not a whole lot of difference. There's a little paint app right there, which isn't present on the Yes model there. And then, obviously down here, the tail fins are also different as well. These are actually longer, so it makes these look longer here, but they're really not. It's just that these wings here are longer, so it makes these look shorter. So you can see the difference on that. And then if I was to stand them up, he actually looks taller. You can't really see it on camera here, but he looks taller simply because these sit out further, so making it appear to be longer when it's really not. So there's that. And I think that's probably about it as far as differences. Yeah, I mean, they both have this, like, painted gold and then the red triangle right there. So, again, just barring a few differences in paint apps, they are different. I don't know how well it's picking it up on camera, but the maroon on this one here is more of a deeper maroon, whereas this one's not as, like, a deep. This one's kind of more of a maroonish, I don't know, red, maroonish orange maybe. You can kind of see it there. The colors are a little bit different as far as the maroons go. So, alright, we'll pull them off to the side and just kind of focus on him. I'm going to show you again how these go on. So, we can pull these boomer cannons here. These pop off, and it can only go on one or the other side. It can't go on both sides. It only goes on one side. So the way you know you have it done right is you look for this peg piece right here. So that peg piece has to slide in like this, but that's not correct because that's going to be sitting opened up like that. So this one goes on this side right here. So just take this, slide that over just like so. And then this one's going to slide on top of that one, just like that. And then you got these two will peg in together just like this. Or slip over each other, I should say, not peg in really. Okay, there we go. So slide in like that. So I say, come on. Slide over. This one's also going to slide over like this. Come on. There we go, like that. You gotta line them up. You gotta make sure these are lined up. Okay, still not. What the heck? That goes on, and that goes on like this. Okay, there we go. Now for sure. An easy way to do it is make sure on this open piece right here, this part goes in. That's where you do it. So I wasn't looking at that, so I didn't get that right. So now on this little sliding mechanism here, let me kind of zoom in on that. But this little mechanism right here slides right here. So that way you can peg it into this slot if you want to. So if you have it like this and you pull it back, I have it situated already so where it sits right inside there like that. Okay. But if you didn't have it that way, and let's say you had it further back, it wouldn't sit in correctly. So you pull this up some, get it to where it needs to be, and then you can peg that right in there. So that way it situates itself and it sits in there better. Okay. So there's that. Because he has all of these extra weapons, you can plug these on too. You can plug this on right here. You can have that like this. So he's got that. If you wanted to leave this on like this and maybe not put this one on, you can leave this one like that. You could take, let's say, this one here, put this one right here in this peg hole, and you take one of these little bombers, and let's get the right one. No, it's this one. And peg that into that slot right there where that screw hole is. Then you just have just a different look to your figure. So you can either put him with two bombers, a big bomber here, and then this missile, or maybe the other smaller bomber, or you can leave him with his null rays and put this missile on, and then put this one on here. So however you want to do it, depending on how bad of a battle he's going to be getting into, he may need more firepower. So there's that right there. Really cool. I like that. Like I said, I really like these here. These are really neat. So, okay. Let's get all this stuff off, and let's go ahead and just transform him. And during transformation, I'm not going to go over it a whole lot because, again, it is a secret mold. We've seen it time and time again. I'm sure you guys have transformed secret molds all the time. If there is anything that I remember that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this is different, then I'll mention it, but I don't think that there was. So let me get all this stuff out of the way. And just go into the transformations, close all these up. Get that up, go that down. And this one, just like the Seekers, that pops open like that. So this is why I know this was based straight off of the second Seeker mold that came out. The one they gave us this new design on the null race here. So, okay. I like to pop this up. I like to get this stuff out of the way first. Oh, and he has that too. Forgot to mention that. But again, like I said, Seeker molds, they all have that there. Let's get all this out of the way. Put that up. And just start loosening up everything over here. Now the official transformation for him is going to be, like I said, a Seeker mold, which would mean these wings are going to be posted up like this. And then up into here. And that would give him kind of like a regular... Out of the way, let me get that back in there. Okay, that should be better. So, like a normal Seeker is going to have their wings up there, but Thrust doesn't. Thrust is supposed to have his down here. So, normally that could situate itself like that and sit like that. But we're going to make it to where we fold it down. So, let's get all this out of the way. Open these up. And this is actually put together really well. So, if it's, I mean, I know it's a KO. But, you know, it feels solid. It doesn't feel cheap like a KO. You would think a KO would feel. But then again, KOs have come a long way since, you know, early 2000s. KOs, I remember, were really horrible back then. You would take one and look at it funny and it would fall apart. But KOs nowadays, I mean, they've gotten a lot better. And so, sometimes even beating out the official ones. Like, if we look at the KO MP cars, a lot of them are right on par, if not better than the official MP cars that came out. So, get that there. Okay. And fold the hand down like this. Fold that down like this. Take this, and again, like it was on the official one, you're going to flip this in like that. Close that down. This will take that, and this one, again, unlike the official Masterpiece one, this one will slide right up inside there. Take this, fold this in and around itself, meanwhile popping out the head here. So I say, nose cone head, come on. Let's do that. Alright, let's do this instead. Let's pull this down some. I think it was easier that way than I did it last time. There we go. And take this and slide that all the way through. Like that. Pull this down and I think I said it on the thrust review. I never really was a fan, like 100% of the Seeker mold. The mold itself, just because, I don't know, it just didn't feel like it was done well enough, I guess. And his head popped off, but that's okay, because it's supposed to come off. Yeah, I just never was a big fan of these Seeker molds here. So... get that up like that. And again, like I said, we're not talking about a lot of this because it's stuff that we've seen before and you guys have messed with before. So, pardon my dead silence here. Let's pop that head back on. Get this down. Close all this into place. So normally, like I said, this would sit up like this. And that's the mold you would get. But if you want to make it look like thrust, we're going to take these and leave them down like this. Get his arms out of the way to make it easier. We're going to leave these in the down position, but we're going to rotate this section here around so we get that going down to the bottom. So that'll rotate just like that, down to the bottom like this. Do the same thing on this side here. And that can rotate now down. And now you've got that to look more like the way thrust should look. Let's get the feet out. And flip this guy. Get the last ones out here. And get that down. Now the one thing doing it this way, like these don't peg in anywhere right here. So if you choose to have them like this, they're not going to peg in anywhere. We got to slide these up so he stands right. So slide these up like this. Slide the other one up too. So they'll slide up into the robot mode, but then in the plane mode they don't. So if you have these down like that, put his arms down. And he's got the same exact articulation that any other Seeker has. We really won't go over articulation because it's the same thing. Hands are the same. Everything is the same. Like the fingers, they're made the same way. Here. And so everything else is pretty much the same thing on this guy. Except for, like I said, you can do this differently right here to make it look more like the way thrust should look. So, there's that head sculpt that he comes with. I mean, I guess it's okay. I don't think I really care for that one all that much. I do like this one better, and that's not saying a whole lot, because I still don't really care for this one all that much here, but it does look better. And if we look at, like I said, at the heads, the way they're pointy, that one's has more of a pointy shot to it, whereas this one's more rounded. So there's that. And let's get back out. Yeah, so there he is here. I'm going to transform the other guy off camera, and then I'll come back and we'll take a look at them side by side. So give me a second. Okay, and there they both are in their robot modes. I'm going to switch his head out just to kind of give him more of that look. So you just, again, pop off the head like that and the ball joint. Like that. Take the other head and just pop it back into place there. And so now he's got more of a same head as the official Masterpiece 1 has. So, like I said, I do like his better. Let's see if we can zoom in on both of them together right there. Check that. There we go. Yeah, I do like the official one better. I don't know if it's a smirk. I think his eyes here are just, I think they're too far apart for my liking. Let's see if I can get that better. There we go. I think it made his eyes too far apart over here on the Y model, or the yes model, Y model. On the S model, I think they're just too far apart, and his just look a lot better on the official. So that's one thing I do like better about the official one than I do about this one over here as far as head sculpts go. And then I like that little smirk he has, or grin, or growl, whatever you want to call it. So that one for me wins out. The face better than this one here, but he comes with a lot more accessories, so that's a big win for him. So the wings, I think right here for me they look better on the yes model down here, because they don't look near as bulky as they do on the official one. And these, you can situate them if you want to. You can snap these together like this and kind of have them sitting closer. Let me see. Just get that there. So if you want to have it sitting more like this instead of open like that, it's up to you. I'm going to put them close because I like them better closed. So that just, again, just goes in like that. I don't know. For me, I like this wing proportion better here than I do on the official. Just because I think they're just too bulky. I know he always has them. Like, they're supposed to look that way, but I don't know. I just feel like they look cleaner over here on this one here. Okay, again, the thing I didn't like about this one was I pick them up and I get that waist joint, which is horrible. I pick this guy up and he doesn't do that. The thing is banging around back here is this here, because that doesn't hang into place. But if I do that, he's solid right there. This doesn't tag in, so that's what you're hearing banging around right there. So for me, he wins out on that. And then again, on the back, if we flip them around to the back, this pegs in real nicely, and it's higher up on his back right there than this one is, which doesn't peg in at all. So we can see where that one just kind of sits like that. Won't go in anywhere. He kind of leans back because of his broken waist. That one, everything's nice and pegged in just fine. And that sits higher up, and he stands better too. So to me, this looks a lot cleaner on the yes model than it does on the official. I guess you can do that, but still, just, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. The one thing I do like better here, you can see it in this angle, is his head sits further forward than this one over here. This one sits further back. And so I wish they would have figured out a way to make his go forward more. I mean, I guess you kind of could if you pull it like this and do that number there, but then he's kind of looking down. So you really don't get a whole lot of, I mean, that's a little bit better, but not really. So that one to me wins out right there as far as that goes. These, now that I sit here and mess with them, I know I think I said it was cool that this folds up like this for the plain mode, but for robot mode, they just kind of get annoying if they keep going apart. Whereas these are solid. And then again, I said on these, you can pop these off if you want to give them a different look. You can take that one off and you can put this one on there to give them more of a different look. Let's just pop that back on right there. Give them kind of a different missile look on his arm. That's cool. And then all these other ones, again, you can situate these onto his back anywhere you want to. If you want to put this right here, you could. Facing down, you could. You could do that. You can put one of these on there. I mean, however you want to do it. Situate it however you want to do it. And arm him up. So that's cool. He's got all those different options. And then, so, okay, this is the part on the knee that I was telling you about that I'm not sure where this goes. So, on this knee here, this piece pops off right here, like this. And it takes this off. But I don't know where this goes. I'm looking at this one here, and it seems like it would go somewhere right there, but it doesn't like peg in anywhere. So I can't just go and situate it there and peg it in because it doesn't go in anywhere. So I don't really honestly know how this thing goes on there at all. So as I said, if you guys know, please let me know because I'm at a loss as to how that goes in there. And I know that doesn't come off of there, and there's no way that this pegs in anywhere here. So I don't know. Pull that off to the side. And his knees aren't overly big, which is what I like too on this one, on the S model. Is the knees aren't overly large like the way they are on this one. Now I know if you go by the cartoon, he does have giant knee pads like this. I know that, but I don't know. I just think this one looks a little bit better. Now these do have articulation in them right here, whereas these don't. These are just kind of stuck there in that position. So I guess I'll give you a personal preference on what you think looks better for you. Do you think that the S model wins out for you? That articulates as well. Or do you think that the Masterpiece official one does? He feels a lot sturdier. If I have to be honest here, the official one feels like a KO, and this one feels like an official one, just because of how sturdy everything is, how tight the joints are, how tight everything is, whereas this one is kind of a floppy mess. So that's going to be up to you. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like him better? Do you like him better? Is he worth picking up at his price, or is he worth picking up better at his price? And before we go, just bring in this little guy, G1. There's the G1 guy. There we go. And then here we have the classics look to him. So there we go. We got a little family of thrust there. As always, you guys, please like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, please have others that haven't watched my reviews watch them. And subscribe if they want to. They don't have to, obviously, but it would help if they did. And hit that like button. And again, I love hearing all your comments. And as you guys know, I try and reply back to everybody that does a comment. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm going to put a link in the description where you can order this guy from here. And until next time, you guys, stay safe.